Put your hands on the wheel. Let the golden age begin. Let the window down. Feel the moonlight on your skin. Let the desert wind heal your aching head. The weight of the world drift away instead. Oh, these days I barely get by. And I don't even try. It's a treacherous road with a desolated view. There's distant lights, but here they're far and few. The sun don't shine, even when it's day. Gotta drive all night just to feel like you're okay. These days I barely get by. And I don't even try.
I love this church. Big shout out to our hymn band. What a joy to start this service with this great, great music. Good morning, beloved people. Good morning, and welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Pittsburgh. It's Sunday, June 14th of 2026, and I am still Reverend Dr. Kadar Walker. I use the she, her pronouns, and I am honored to serve as the minister of this beloved community. For those with visual disability, I'm a middle-aged, light-skinned female. My hair is mid-length, light brown. I wear glasses, and today I have on a blue blouse and a stole with a mix of flowing colors of pink and blue and green. And my beloved, you are all welcome here. You are welcome here whether or not you are in person in these precious pews in this beautiful sanctuary, or if you are online now or in the future. We are delighted that you've chosen to be with us. We are Unitarian Universalists, people with many beliefs and origins and sexualities and genders coming together in this beautiful rainbow of celebration. multi-faith religious community. All are welcome. Diversity is not only celebrated, we encourage it outright. We're growing, we're learning, and we are all loved. And if this is your first time here with us, welcome. Thank you for your courage to be with us either in person or online. Delighted to get to meet you. If you're online, please check us out on our website. You can sign up for our newsletter, which is at the bottom of the main page. It's a MailChimp opt-in, so you have full control whether or not you want to read any of that. And if you're here in person, we have a welcome desk right here in our garden lobby. Please share your information. Reach out to us as well. Introduce yourself. We'd love to get to know you and see what you and hear what you're looking for in your religious journey. We are an active community. We have a couple announcements. We have a really wonderful social hour following church directly below the sanctuary down those stairs. There is an elevator as well. And it is hosted by our Pillowcase, fantastic group of human beings who make very colorful pillowcases. You'll see some examples back here. And if you're wondering, why are we featuring pillowcases, Kate? Even if they are beautiful, why? And I'm not going to tell you, because I'm going to do something stealth. I'm going to invite you to ask somebody after service. Go meet somebody. Say, hey, why are we making colorful pillowcases? Because there is actually a very long history of the women in particular making pillowcases in this church. And I think it's a powerful point of our ministry. And if you've been a member for a long time and you don't know about that history, go talk to somebody. How's that? Encouraging you. Stewardship committee. After service, get your snacks, find out about the pillowcases. In the Schweitzer room is hosting a planned giving society for anybody who is considering your wills and your estate planning. And please go chat with them. If that has been on your radar, but you're a procrastinator, you haven't gone around to it, please go have a conversation. We would like you to consider keeping the church in mind as you think about your financial future. And my beloved, if you are experiencing any financial difficulty at the other end of the spectrum, if the idea of estate planning is so far from reality, please, if you need help with a short-term gift for paying bills or groceries, please reach out to me. We do have a special fund, and you can reach out by phone or by email or tagging me after service. I invite you to take a deep breath and to arrive in body and spirit. Wherever you are, make yourself comfortable. Feel that sense of connection that we have with one another. Here in this space, with people around Pittsburgh who are gathered in worship throughout this weekend, who are gathered in community. People throughout our commonwealth and our country and around our world. People of faith reaching out to one another in peace and love. We turn to our chalice lighting, the symbol of our faith as Unitarian Universalists. Two circles with a flame in the middle, circles of Unitarian and Universalism, and the flame guiding us when our hope may have turned to despair, guiding us when our thoughts have turned to loss and grief, guiding us when our heart feels broken. Let this be a guiding light and an opening of doorways into experience this world in a different way, with a new thoughts about how to get to tomorrow with joy and laughter. And with that note and brilliant transition, let us all rise as we're able. For 354, we laugh, we cry.
We
Good morning. I'm Chrissy Ambras. I'm your liturgist this morning. I use she, her pronouns, and for anyone with visual difficulties, I'm a light-skinned woman in my 40s. I have shoulder-length brown hair, and today I'm wearing a red and white polka dot dress. And now it is time for our collective grounding. So I hope you will join me. The words are on the screen and printed in your order of service. We name our collective recommitment to care for the earth, knowing the ground we live upon is sacred. We pledge to bring new life to the earth, new life to the air, new life to the waters, new life to each other, for all life is sacred.
Can everyone hear me? Okay, good. Glad to see you all. I'm Erica Shadowsong, Lifespan Religious Education Director, and I am wearing a multicolored scarf. I have dark hair, I'm wearing a red shirt, and gray pants, and I have brown skin. I am looking forward to telling you an Aesop fable because I have been wanting to tell one for a really long time, and in all the time I've been here, I don't think I've told one. So this one is called The Reed and the Oak. Now, who knows what an oak is? Probably everybody, right? A big, strong tree. Probably like the one of the biggest, strongest trees that you can have. Really thick, really strong. Does anybody know what a reed is? Yeah. You can just tell me, I'll repeat it. Yes, yeah, it grows in a marsh, and it's basically grass. If you've ever seen bamboo, it's a little bit like that, but even thinner. One day, there were an oak and a reed who for some reason happened to be in the same climate zone and the same whatever. But there were an oak and reed who were neighbors. And the oak had withstood so many storms and so many changes of weather and so many events that had changed the land around it, and still it stood after year after year after year. And the reed was young. The reed had only been there for a little while, and its lifespan was not very long, not like an oak at all. In fact, anything happened to a reed, you just walk by or brush by, or an animal came by, and the reed would just bend over, just like that. But one day, there came a great storm. The oak had seen many a storm, so the oak stood firm. And it stood, and it stood, and it stood, and it didn't bend at all. It was very, very strong, but the storm was so strong that it lifted the oak up, its roots out of the ground, and knocked it to the ground. And that was the end of that oak. But the reed did what it always did. It bent over. And when the storm passed by, it came back. And that is sometimes how life is. Sometimes we can't predict everything that's going to happen, right? Sometimes things happen we don't predict. So it's useful to be flexible like the reed when those things happen. And with that, I'd like to invite our children to come start our summer program. We're going to go back to the FAS room. Thank you very much.
Please join us in singing Peace, Salam, Shalom.
We believe in peace, salam, shalom.
It's now time to collect our morning offering. Each month, we share our generosity with a designated organization. This month, it is Sisters Pittsburgh, the longest-running Black trans-led organization in the city. All donations are shared with this organization 50-50 unless otherwise designated. This religious community is made up of volunteers and staff, creating a wide variety of programming, and all of that relies on our financial support. So in addition to the collection plate, you can donate by texting GIVE to 412-435-1050 and following the instructions there. And if you check the end of your order of service, you'll see additional ways to give. So the offering will now be gratefully received to support the work, the wonder, and the witness of our religious community.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, singing words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, ring words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though we may be parted, there is still a chance they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Singing words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. There will be
Thank you. I invite you to join me in a few moments of silence and prayer, meditation, to gather your thoughts and whatever your heart is feeling, the many sorrows and concerns you may be carrying, or perhaps the joys and the celebration. Gather them and hold them tenderly, tenderly. Hold them in your hearts and in your mind. Let us be in silence together, still connected, still moving forward in life. Spirit of life, fill us with your tender care. Ease the broken places in our tired bodies. Rejuvenate those places where the energy has disappeared. Give us sustenance when we find ourselves ebbing. Give us guidance when we find ourselves lost. Help us heal those broken places that seem beyond repair. Spirit of love, guide us with your strength and your wisdom. The Spirit that binds us to one another in all those tender places, but in all those places where we are strong and enduring, where we find and build our resilience. The Spirit of the holy and the divine, that God of many names, that God who is with us in the dark times and in the bright light of sunshine. Spirit of justice, remind us that our words and our deeds matter. Spirit of wisdom, remind us that we carry answers in our hearts, both individually and collectively, and that none of us journey in this life alone. Remind us that none of us journey in this life alone, and that together we are made stronger. Together we sing out loud, Alleluia, Amen. Let it be as it was and ever shall be. Ashe. I invite you to stand as you are able in body and spirit, because I invite you to sing this song just as long as I have breath. Number 6 is one of my favorites. Let that yes come out of your body, out of your soul, out of your spirit, out of your voice. Let the world hear it.
Just as long as my heart beats.
The reading this morning is called Can You Believe? And it is by the UU minister, the Reverend Sean Parker Dennison. Can you believe in a world where no one is turned away for being wrong? Can you believe in a world where mistakes are simply ways of learning? Can you believe in a place where you can feel the lightness of not knowing? Can you believe that there is room at the table for you and the one you call enemy? Can you believe in the improvisational nature of mystery and irrational compassion? Can you believe that training you to be the devil's advocate was a way of stealing your tenderness? And can you believe that you can get your tenderness back and become a chief collaborator with love?
In April, my husband and I were visiting with family in northern Illinois, just south of the Wisconsin border. We were up there with the two of us and our two dogs, and we were in a lovely rented house. When we found ourselves one evening leaping out of our bed as tornado sirens started going off. Truly a moment when one does not want to be open this way to what's next. As the warning sirens were going off and we were grabbing our dogs and figuring out what to do, we found ourselves then huddled in the stairwell leading down to the basement. Two humans and two freaked out dogs huddled, trying to calm our fears, and also somewhat in denial. This isn't real, is it? I felt an opportunity at that moment to reflect on what's important in my life. I said yes to that moment, and I accepted an invitation to recommit to how I wanted to live my life. Yes, and. Yes, and. I invite you to say those words with me. Yes, yes, and. Oh, you don't mean it. Yes, and. Good. We're going to come back to this again and again. For today's message, tornadoes seemed appropriate for my metaphor for current national, international, political, economics, daily storm warnings, where when we read the stories of the day, the news, watch, listen, we all feel like we need a personal therapist at our side. We feel we all need trigger warnings as soon as we open our eyes in the morning as we face what's next, as we start to normalize around fear and anxiety, that this is somehow how the world is now. I'm here to remind you, this is not normal. You all understand that, right? This is not normal to have this level of anxiety. Do not get used to it, because when you do, you give in. And I say this also knowing that there are many in our communities that we need to bear witness, multiple communities, marginalized communities in our society who have been historically oppressed by our Black, Indigenous, people of color. None of this is new for them. It's not new. This is their normal. For the LGBTQI, people with disabilities, some religious targets, our Jewish siblings, our Palestinian siblings, Sikhs. This is their way of life. Extreme experiences over many centuries, they have developed many coping mechanisms that those of us who identify as white, cisgendered, able-bodied, we have not had to develop. We have not had to have racial slurs, sexist language thrown at us constantly. But those coping mechanisms from those marginalized communities, they have tapped the arts and humor and language and cultural norms around food and music and storytelling and organizing. We over here in the more white dominant culture have some things to learn, but right now, we all need better coping mechanisms. During my sabbatical, I received some better coping mechanisms from one of my colleagues who identifies as Black and gay man. He offered me and 30 of my colleagues of worship a whole week-long workshop with a new tool chest, a whole new tool chest with bright and shiny and very cool tools that we could solidly rely upon to stay grounded when the winds blow and the dirt picks up and we might lose our way in the chaos. He taught us to say yes and. With good tools, we can choose how we want to respond to triggers from the core of our identity and our values and not get sucked up into the vortex of chaos, which will only lead to depression and hopelessness and despair. The first word, that yes, is recognizing that there is daily chaos. That is, in its very intentional daily chaos. It is being used by some of our government political leaders to keep the population, us, unstable, to be divisive and angry at each other all the time. The goal is to polarize and disorganize the population because it's harder to respond. It is intentional. The yes tool is to accept this as a new reality right now. To respond with no, well, that is to go back to bed with our covers of denial. So if we pick up the yes, and, then we begin to look, how do we build and maintain connection? How do we build and maintain trust and strengthen the bonds of love? How do we become part of a big, powerful, strong creation, a network of mutuality, a network of resistance? Yes, this is our new world, and how do I strengthen the response in such a way that I'm part of the resistance? The yes and tool is different than the long-established, predominantly white, educated cultural norm of planning. We like to plan. We look at planning a lot. We meet and make plans. We have meetings, we have discussions, we take votes, we gather more information, and then we respond, unable to respond to the crisis at hand because we're still planning. Think Democratic Party. I know like a third of you are part of that Democratic Party in Allegheny County in Pittsburgh. I'm just saying. I love a good strategic plan. I do. We have some incredibly talented people in this community who are really good at strategic plans. I'm a big fan of listening and feedback and dialogue and putting things into place and knowing that our mission and vision is a wonderful way to respond and be a part of this world. A powerful way for an organization to exist. I was a Girl Scout. I like being a well-prepared scout to pack for all the possibilities that might come, including the ones you don't expect. So my colleague, yes, and my friend, led that workshop back in January at the Unitarian Universalist Ministers Association conference on theology of improvisation. His name was Reverend Derek Jackson, hopefully soon to be Reverend Dr. Derek Jackson, because he's building his doctorate on the theology of improvisation. He's a longtime practitioner of improv. Think, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Really fun show. Second City in Chicago. If you're in DC, Capitol Steps. Improv groups. And when we see a really good improv group, we think, that's amazing. That's hysterical. They're talented, they're creative, they're courageous. They're incredible stage productions, but they're not all spontaneous. They're built on years of practice and grounded, guiding principles. Some even say rules, but I'll go with guiding principles. Improvisation isn't frivolous, it's not impossible, and it's not free of conflict. In fact, it embraces conflict. It is fun, and it's also serious. It's about leaning into life with the yes rather than no. There are appropriate times when no needs to be the response. For example, no to racism and sexism, but it's coming from a larger yes to equity and freedom and liberation. So let me be clear about this workshop. I've been to a lot of workshops in my life. This is the best one I've ever had. Absolutely. There were 30 colleagues or so, maybe there was 40 or 50. It's getting bigger in my imagination. It might have been 50. The workshop, the conference organizers, they had to move our workshop 3 times because we were so loud. They started us next to the grief group. Yeah, that didn't go well. Then they moved us to an empty restaurant. Then they moved us to an empty bar. Well, that was fun. And then they moved us back to the empty restaurant, all because our laughter and our yelling was echoing down the hallways, and we were disturbing the whole conference. I have no regrets. Again, improv is not a free-for-all. It has important structures that I think, now that I've heard Reverend Derek Jackson, this is about how we live our lives. These guiding principles. So I'm going to go through these principles, and for you note takers, just Google it, okay? Stay present. Just Google it. But you're going to be hearing these principles in my reflections and sermons pretty much for the rest of my life. So get used to this. It starts with a foundation of yes and excellent. This is the most famous principle in improv. Yes, the rule is straightforward. Agree with whatever has been offered and then add to it. This creates a cooperative dialogue, and it begins to build a story together. It requires to accept whatever is happening. There's no denial. There's no chance about rejecting or negating. It's a basic life skill that any therapist really, really wants you to learn. If you accept reality, you're going to move on a lot faster. I promise. This is happening. And then how do I respond to it? B, I'm doing this not with numbers because I don't want you to think it's important by number. I'm going with letters, A, B. This is B. Make your partner look good. I love that. Make your partner look good. I mean, don't have them comb their hair. No, or give them a new blouse. No, with how you treat them. Your role isn't just to shine individually. I'm the bright one, this one not so much. Don't do that. Make your partner look brilliant as well. This creates a supportive environment where creativity can flourish. C, listen carefully. Listen carefully. The ability to listen is crucial in improv. Only by understanding what your partner is saying can you begin to respond and make sense, and then you add to what's being said. It's very Buddhist when you think about it, to listening carefully. Quiet the mind. Be in the moment. Again, very Buddhist. Be present. It ensures that what's happening, you can respond and be present in an authentic and effective way. So put down the smart device dumb devices. Turn off the distractions. Pay attention to what is happening, because I promise you, it's life in that moment. E, don't block. Don't block. Blocking happens when we reject an idea presented by your partner. This usually stops the scene dead in its tracks. Avoid blocking, because otherwise the energy just kind of stops. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a board meeting, not this church, of course, previous churches, where some idea has been gone out, and I'm thinking, oh, that's not going to work. But I don't say that out loud. I don't want to block the energy. And we redirect it. We figure out what that person wants. It's easy to reject. It's harder to listen, to keep an open mind and lean into the possibilities. F, commit fully. Commit, don't be overwhelmed, maybe kind of, no, commit, give it your all. Whoever you're in a relationship with, be present with them and give it to it all. Commit. This is how you get absurd scenes in improv, when they're unbelievable, but they're engaging. This means, wait for it, if you're fully committed, we may fail. We may make mistakes. We might be silly. Are you okay with that? You're thinking about it, I can tell. We might be absurd. Giving everyone the space and permission to be wrong. To be wrong and learn from it. G, take risks. Take risks. Stepping out of our comfort zone often results in more memorable and entertaining moments in improv, but it's also in life. More memorable moments in life. It requires enough of ourselves to lean into possibilities and probabilities that we might change, that we may go in places we didn't anticipate. F, keep it simple. You don't need to introduce complicated plots or complicated characters. Just keep it simple. And I'm a complicated thinker. This is hard for me, keeping it simple. Don't chase squirrels. I know. They're distractions and they're exhausting. I will say my Springer Spaniel loves chasing bunnies and squirrels, but at least he's focused. And finally, H, be specific. Be specific. Vagueness can kill a conversation or a scene. Be specific in our dialogue and our actions, providing a wealth of opportunities for others to catch on and figure out what's next. Complex thinking, I'm capable of that. It does take practice. For example, instead of saying there's a car, you might say there's a yellow convertible Volkswagen filled with teenagers. Isn't that more engaging than just a car? Last one, I'm throwing this one in. I, have fun. Have fun. After all, the ultimate goal is to be part of the creative process. If we're not having fun, according to the rules of improv, we're probably doing it wrong. But if we're applying this to life, which is what I'm inviting you to do, it's important to note there are times when being fun and having fun is actually not appropriate, right? Where it can be cruel. The type of humor matters. Don't mock people. When seeking the fun side of life situations, really we're saying yes to the fun in order to experience the goal of more joy, of love and liberation, but we do so with respect. So there's that list. It's going to be popping up again and again in my sermons, reflections for the rest of my life, because frankly, tornadoes happen. They happen. And this is a new set of tools about how we want to respond. So here's a little bit of support for those who are still a little cautious and aren't ready to say yes. There's well-established science that improv improves our mental health. It eases our fear and anxiety. Well established, scientists say so, and I still believe scientists and science. I do. So live into the yes and. And there is also solid religious freedom, solid religious foundation for our spiritual health and faith as well. Improv covers a broad theological foundation across. If we say God, whom I often refer to as love, I believe is an improviser, constantly creating opportunities to co-create with salvation here on earth in that pursuit of collective liberation. Improv draws on some of the best parts of humanism and Christianity and Judaism and womanist theology, process theology, in Buddhism and Taoism and probably many others. The theological foundation is a recognition that life is always unfolding. It's not static. Each moment is new and yet to be revealed in its full potential. Each one of us is in a moment yet to be fully revealed in our individuality, and that none of us should crush the sacredness of life. That beautiful reading that we had from Reverend Sean Parker Dennison was coming from experience. Sean is a trans UU minister that has lived that marginalized side of life, but has learned to say yes to life, to recognizing that life is full of improvisation. Yes, and it's a focus into our healthier mental and spiritual health. Perhaps we want to say it's counter to a well-planned life, but I don't think so. I think it's in addition to. So, which is why if you have a well-planned life, you'll go to the workshop after church for planned giving and estate planning. I'm just saying, it's a yes and. Be ready and plan. They go together. In these improv practices, my hope is that you'll come out of this into a deeper recognition of the I-thou relationship, of the sacredness of who we are when we are together. I had heard many stories from my colleagues who were in that workshop and about how they have worked with people with dementia, their own family, their own parents and grandparents, that when we all have at some point perhaps experienced someone with dementia, but when you lean in and just say yes and with somebody who may not have the memory that we want them to have anymore, we can find the conversation and the relationship transformed. What a powerful tool. The one time that I remember most about saying yes and was my call to ministry. 1994. I was sitting at my kitchen table. I was living in Boulder, Colorado, and I was putting together a ritual for my friends. What the ritual was is a squirrel, another day conversation. But while I was doing this, a gentle thought floated down and said, I enjoy doing this. And right behind that gentle, sweet thought was a tornado. The tornado was very clear. I am going to be a Unitarian Universalist minister. Now, it's important to know my background. I was born and raised Unitarian Universalist. My father was a Unitarian Universalist minister. He was already deceased by that point. And my stepmother had just become a Unitarian Universalist minister. So I knew exactly what that meant to become a Unitarian Universalist minister, probably more than most. Which is why my immediate response was to jump up from the kitchen table, run around my apartment screaming, no. No, 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 no. No way. Not. Had never occurred to me. I was 29 years old. It never occurred to me that this might happen. I did the only thing I could do. I started calling for support, my family, my friends. Hey, this crazy thing just happened. thinking they would say, yeah, that's crazy. No. But they didn't. They didn't, those little suckers. They all said it's about time. They all said we were thinking about doing an intervention. They're all saying, what took you so long? And I said, yes. And I changed it to yes. And all these years later, I stand before you with the greatest answer I have ever given. My hope, my prayer, my vision is that we all meet these moments of challenge with a collective, liberating yes, and. So we have to move into this open spaces of a democracy for all people. May we do so with commitment, with full awareness, with love, with a giant yes to life. Amen. Blessed be. Ashe. We turn to 10:17. Stand as you're able in body and spirit, building a new way. We turn to the extinguishing of our chalice. As we bring our voices together, you'll find the words in your heart as well as on the screen. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go forth into this beautiful world, my beloved. Go forth into this world with the words of this closing postlude will be in your heart, I promise. The end of the world may happen, but we'll be fine. The end of the world may be happening, but lean in. Yes, and that gives us the power to change what happens. Lean in. yes, and return again with love. Blessed be.
And before we get into our final song, every time the hymn band comes to play for you all, we have so much fun. But there is no way we could do this without all the hard work of the tech crew that spends extra time setting us up. Will and Emily and Nikki, thank you so much for making the magic happen. Because clearly, we get to have the fun, they have the stress, and we are so grateful. Let's do it.
Am I? I'm on. Are you ready? Are you ready? Doesn't matter. One more time.
That's the warm-up.
We learned this. I learned this last night.
It doesn't matter. That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds, snakes, and airplanes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. Eye of the hurricane, listen to yourself, drum roll, serve the zone, don't serve your own needs, beat it up, lock, speed, grunt, no strength, the ladder starts to clatter with the fear, high, down, high, wire and a fire, represent the 7 games, and a government pride, and a combat site, help yourself, feel you're in a hurry with your fears, breathing down your neck. Time to cover, borders, rebel, Trump, tether, croc, look at that low plane, fine, then, overflow, population, common group, what it'll do, serve yourself, save yourself, world, serve the zone, listen to your heartbeat, this is the raptor in the river, the right, you, patriotic, stand, fight, flight, feel it, pretty sight, it's the end of the world, as you know it, it's the end of the world, as you know it, it's the end of the world, as you know it, I feel fine. 6 o'clock, TV hour, don't get soccer, horror, power, bird, return, listen to yourself, cheer, lock 'em in, uniform, book, burning, bloodless, every motive escalate, automotive incinerate, light a candle, light a votive, steps down, step down, watch your heel crush, this means no tournament alive, off from your solutions, off from the alternatives, and I decline, it's the end of the world, as we know it, it's the end of the world, as we know it, it's the end of the world, as we know it, and I feel drifted fine, Minton in a line, Leonard Bernstein, Leonard Bernstein, Lenny Bruce and Lester Banks, birthday party, cheesecake, jelly bean, boom, you, symbiotic, patriotic, slam button neck, right? Right. It's the end of the world, as we know it. It's the end of the world, as we know it. It's the end of the world, as we know it. And I feel it's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. End of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. The end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world band.